this nigga sell his soul to the devil? Is this art? Is this performance art? Is like what the fuck is going on? Because to me, like I don't like the response that he's getting on the internet, like people supporting, saying, "Oh, lay off him, y'all being a bully and shit." Like it's a difference between, you know what I mean, you being a person of, you know, whatever, and then you aligning yourself with Satanism.
Right. And then that's my whole thing too. It's not even like it wasn't even like a little bit of a clip in a video. It's like to the extreme.
Right.
Human blood. The numbers of Satanism. Even the 10:18 scripture, Luke chapter 10, verse 18.
Okay, P was ready.
Yeah, man.
And he was popping it for
and Nike didn't even endorse this. Nike didn't even endorse this. They're actually suing him now.
Yeah, I
what's going on? Because Nike gives.
I wouldn't be surprised if they would.
I don't know that.
But the thing is, P. All right, when you say that though, P, it's like, how long was this shit up before Nike says something, bro? Like,
I know.
I feel like it was like 2 or 3 days. Like you're a big enough company, your reach stretches far. No, why did it take so long for you to step in?
It didn't happen until they saw them shit sell out in under a minute. And that's when it was like, oh yeah, I need that guap.
It's only 666 pairs,
right? But it's your likeness, bro. It's your likeness. You gonna protect your likeness?
Exactly.
It's not a big drop. It's not a big drop. It's 666 pairs
for 1,000 a piece.
Yeah,
1018 a piece.
It doesn't matter.
And blood
tax, so that's probably 1033 for real.
Whose blood is in
that
it?
shit up with tax, yeah. Wouldn't be shocked.
Whose blood is in that shit too?
And that's what I mean. Just like look at the box, man. Look at the that underworld tone.
6 out of 66.
And individually numbered too.
See, you said them joints got the whole.
If you see that,
I mean, the star in that joint. I'm trying to
pentagram.
You take the pentagram off that joint. Niggas might have let it slide, and then they seen the 6666 on the back. It's like, all right. It's just a little too much.
Them joints would have been. Them shits would have been hard if they took all that satanic shit off it though.
For real.
Them joints would have actually been nice.
Yeah, tint the bubble red, take the blood out, take the numbers, like all that scripture shit off, and keep it all black just like that, man. You don't even need all that extra shit.
And is it really a drop of blood, or is he just fucking with niggas?
Nah, this is a drop of blood.
Nah, that it's like a red liquid in that shit. I don't think it's really blood in that shit, but
somebody said
like the red.
Yeah, the whole
bottom is like a liquid, so when you walk, that shit moves like there's blood in it.
But still, even just that whole concept of the rollout, like, oh, it's a drop of blood, it's 666, it's it just shows you it's demonic. I don't even know how you can defend that shit.
It's a different time. It's a different time.
And you said when did you see the video?
Yeah, they sold out, right?
They sold out in like 2 minutes, man.
666 pairs, dog. It's not.
But it said Nike is cutting ties with this, you know, the brand that collabed. So obviously they had previous ties with them. Mm-hmm. So you think they would just blindside them like that, or you think, you know what I mean, that they didn't like the response and then they got out? Because we talked about this in this last episode. You know, the black cube of Saturn and all that shit, and Saturn is Nike is basically a ring of Saturn. Like if you look at the logo, it's a ring of Saturn. So if you look at the logo itself, and just I don't know, it's just you talking about the video P. It's just too many coincidences. Like obviously, bro. Like you a young dude, you don't know all these ins and outs of the imagery you showing, but they showed a shitload of images in that jump, like from like the pillars and the, you know, using the Garden of Eden and like
in the Garden
the Lake of Fire,
with him and like
the Lake of Fire and you dropping down and
fucking with Satan. Like,
this self, bro. Like what else do you want? Like this is like, if this was anybody else, like you would been held to the same fire. So I don't want to hear about the gay shit. No, like I don't want to hear about that. If you was anybody else, like we would have the same response. So I like do not want to hear that. And the thing is, like, there's so many like talented gay artists, fucking Frank Ocean, Sam Smith, Elton and Freddie Mercury and all that shit. But what's the difference?
That people,
what's the difference? Them niggas like have talent. They got awards and shit. Like you busting it open like the other hoes out here that don't have talent. So
it's just a complete flip too, man. Like he went from Old Town Road to this shit. Like
exactly, that's another thing too, bro. You
are
my
biggest issue with this shit. That's my biggest issue with this shit.
Yeah, you went that dark.
That's my biggest
issue
with
like
this shit.
You are 1 year removed from being on the Teen Choice Awards and walking that green Nickelodeon carpet, and then
I want to know what Billy Ray Cyrus got to say.
Fucking, but
the
next year you busting it open for Satan. Like, come on, bro.
You think Cyrus would have signed up for that?
That's my biggest issue. My biggest issue with that whole shit is like, all right, everybody talk about, oh yeah, you know, it's art. Oh, express yourself you want to. That, but at a certain fucking point, there has to be certain shit you just can't do because it's fucking kids watching this shit. Like at the end of the day, this nigga had probably the biggest fucking song for kids in a long time, and for him to have that. Probably the majority of his fucking following is kids.
You know what I'm saying? So right here.
For him to go from there,
this is 2 months ago, bro. 2 months ago, he said, you know, his children are his core audience.
So
2 months ago,
he acknowledges. So even
2 months ago,
he acknowledges that. So it's like, so you know that a bunch of kids is gonna be watching your shit. So you can't sit here and tell me that video was made with no intentions for children to see. That's a fucking lie. And I don't know how anybody. Like, fuck what he wants to believe. Fuck all that other shit. It's kids that's getting influenced seeing this shit. That should be the main fucking focus. Fuck about what a nigga feel. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about that. We care about these fucking kids. That's the most important part. So all that other shit, all that artistic shit, that don't mean nothing. Like would you let your kids watch a fucking grown ass man do that shit in front of you, in front of their own fucking eyes? No, you wouldn't. So how you going to defend this shit? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, because it's on TV and make it different.
Nah, but I seen a joint. He was quote unquote clapping back or whatever to one of somebody who
you can't say that with this.
Yeah, they was clapping back against somebody who said some shit about him or whatever the fuck, and he was like, "Oh, well, that was your decision to let him watch it. You're the parent, and blase blase, but like you can't." You just showed us a post of him talking about the kids are my number one listener.
He knew that.
Come on, man.
He knew that. All the people that subscribe to his channel or download his music.
That's
for the most
weirdest part.
Yeah,
that's the weirdest part. You know what that shit kind of reminds me of? That shit reminds me of like Pan, like the Pied Piper, and it's like how he just was. Had all the kids following them and shit, but he was really like a fucking like evil. Yeah, he was like an evil spirit and shit. And then all of a sudden it's like, here, let me, gain the attention of all the kids. Look at me. I'm harmless. I'm non-threatening. And then boom, I'm going to, bust it open for Satan. Like, what the fuck? Accurate. Like, nigga, how that don't look like a trap to you, nigga? Like, how that don't look like a trick? You gotta be
the stripper pole, man. Stripper pole. I was like, come on, dog.
How the fuck you don't see that shit? Like at a certain point, there has to be fucking boundaries that need to be set. Niggas just be on some do what thou wilt. Like as much as niggas want it, and do what thou wilt is a Satanist fucking like mantra. So it's like it's crazy how we as a society has this do what you want to do, be who you want to be, and don't even realize like, and that's what leaves the door for this shit right here. So at a certain fucking point, we as people need to have a fucking boundary that's set and say certain shit you entertainment niggas just can't do. They have to know that we can't allow these niggas to put it out, get outraged, and then here come another nigga. Like these niggas should know we can't do this shit. The people ain't gonna go for it. Like there has to be some sort of boundaries because from my position, boundaries are gone. There's no lines. There's nothing. You can do what the fuck you want to do to the detriment of the children, to the detriment of the kids.
Yeah, it's and then he said he'll plant. This was a while ago in 2019. I'm an industry plant. What y'all gonna do about it? They put the shit in plain sight.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even like a joke. Like when I presented, I said some shit about this, man, and like it just wasn't taken seriously when I was trying to speak about it. I'm like, man, I don't know if it's because it's him. People don't take him seriously. Look at his name, Nope. no Cupid. Is that what that stands for? No
What?
love. His name. It says
know.
no with the arrow and shit. It's supposed to be Cupid's arrow. He ain't that. That's what he's saying.
Oh, true. Okay.
Yeah. Either way. Man, I don't know. He's always been strange to me.
Yeah, he's a bitch ass. I feel like he just be crying for help because obviously, like you don't know like the ins and outs of the
industry for real.
Not even the industry, just the occult. Because obviously, gonna be like, all right, what you want to do for me? You want this? You want like your time is burning out. You have one hit single. You're not that talented. You can't sing. You can't really rap for real. Like, what are you gonna do for me? Like, are you gonna put this show on? Damn, Corey. Are you gonna put this show on like how like what because you don't know like it's so many like details within like that video for real. Like I really haven't a chance to broken it down, but like you see like all like how they like flash it like this. Like I'm sure if you translate that shit, it's some heavy shit.
Yep.
I'm sure, exactly. I'm positive of it.
Even those symbols.
even like you know what I'm saying? And this is like a couple minutes like just researching it. I didn't even like dive deep into it. And then like you see him on other like he been had this shit. He had the bathroom on his head. Award shows like come on, bro. And then you got the intertwined, you know, serpents on the sleeves with the all-seeing eye. And then you look at the Baphomet, the intertwined serpents on his stomach. He got the titties, the pentagram on his forehead.
Oh, did you see that picture?
Did you see the pictures? Did you see the picture of him where he actually had titties? Did you see the picture of him that he came out like not too long ago where he actually had like fake titties?
Crazy, man.
Like Nicki Minaj and shit. But that's what I'm saying. Like you are portraying the Baphomet, and this is the nigga that's like literally the mascot for this shit.
But look at the Baphomet. What is it? What does it represent? It's a man's body. It has titties. It's genderless. It doesn't have
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? There's no boundaries with him. That's what he represents. The killing of the boundaries. This, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what he representing in this fucking video. That's what he's representing.
This nigga, the Baphomet is the mascot for this whole like perversion of, you know what I mean, good. So like, come on, you can't defend this shit
of Hollywood.
Yeah, you can't defend this at all just because you know you want people to have, you know, same opportunities and all that shit. Fuck that shit, man. That's you are aligning yourself with man. Like, oh, it's art. I don't want to hear that shit. It's not art, bro. You don't even know the art behind it.
And that's all I'm saying.
It's dark arts. It ain't art. It's dark arts.
And why would you even consider it that? It already has correlation with other shit. It's like direct with
and this ties into this ties into all that idol worship shit, you know what I'm saying, that they talk about, where it's like, you know, you be so in love with a fucking a celebrity and this nigga will be feeding you pure poison, and because of your, you know, affinity for this person, you'll just, you know, let that shit, like, just ignore the stupid shit that they providing to you because you're such a fucking fan. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what that shit does, man. You know, it clouds your fucking brain because you're so, you know, in love with this celebrity.
Yep, program. It's part of the program, though. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, so what's the purpose of it after this? Because you know he already has a huge platform. He already has a gigantic following. So what's the program behind it? What's the mission? That's what you gotta look at next.
But that's what it was to begin with. Like, what was the mission showing us all this shit? Because, you know, like, he don't know about all this shit. He don't know you don't know what this shit mean. I don't know what this shit mean. What the fuck did that mean?
Hell no. Nah. Somebody gonna tell us too.
Yeah.
I saw a video where somebody explained it, but I forgot. But it was something about like people judging you. It has something to do with the judgment. I forgot exactly. I got to look at it again. But it has something to do with people judging people.
But at the end of the day, bro, like you can flourish.
So it makes sense because I'm sure there's this like, oh, you judge me. You say what?
But you can flourish as like, I mean, like, what are you afraid about? Like, everybody has your backing. Like you're not fighting against nobody. Like, everybody's behind you as far as like being a gay man in America. Like you can succeed. Like
that has never
niggas has been doing it, especially in music. Niggas has been doing it. Why do you gotta go to this extreme? Like, you're not fighting nobody. There's no like like cut it out. Like,
look at Elton John.
Like,
Elton John is one of the biggest, most
that's what I said. Yeah.
Rock artists of all time. He never had to do none of that crazy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
none of them. None of them. There's some talented motherfuckers.
None of them.
None of them.
Exactly. So it's kind of overrated to even be trying to use that as an excuse to, you know, present that in front of children. Like that's you know what I'm saying? Because you didn't have you wanted to do that shit, nigga. That ain't no fucking like nigga. You wanted us to see that weird shit.
We just in them times, man. Like,
and we said this shit like a couple weeks ago. Like they're accelerating all this shit that we seeing. It's like a race against what? That's what I want to figure out. What is it a race against?
Exactly.
Like this is like they trying so hard.
I think what it is
I'll tell you one thing.
The human consciousness is expanding, but I feel like because of that, they got to crank up the stupidity to kind of like cloud that expansion of the mind. So it's like, that's why all this, like, everybody's so woke, everybody's so aware now, but it's like your awareness is heightening, but then they just fill in that shit with stupidity, with dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they cranking up the stupid,
Yeah, we ain't stupid over here. And then he got the reptilian eye too.
Yeah, the eye.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say.
And he got his right eye covered with his.
Exactly.
He also has his left eye. His right eye is covered. He got the left eye out, so that lets you know.
Yeah,
like everything is satanic about this.
Yeah,
and it's like about that is satanic.
And why do everybody do the same shit? Like who's telling them to do this shit? Everybody do the same shit. Like who's
in
not
charge?
All y'all not that smart
because they follow the same doctrine.
Exactly.